Today we are starting with unit number 3. A extension of pranayama, in-depth study of the pranayama as regarding more toward the respiratory system. Lung volume capacity is composed of inhalation and exhalation, rate of breathing, influence and result, homeostasis, introduction to sensory organs, importance of yogic practices. Only 3.1 I am not taking. Okay. Importance of yogic practice on human body, asanas, pranayama, bandhas. Okay. On the theory part. One minute, just 1 minute, please. Three point one and 3.2 will be taken by doctor. Okay. 3.3, 3.4, 3.5 will be taken by me. Okay. Yoga has given a lot of importance in breathing, and more so in deep breathing in the context of pranayama. Okay. The details of inhalation is given above. What is inhalation? In normal breathing, inspiration starts with the contraction of the external intercostal muscles between the ribs muscles and the diaphragm in order to increase the dimensions of the thoracic cage in all the directions. The ribs and the sternum bone move upwards and contract and are outward. Diaphragm descends and the pulmonary arteries carry deoxygenated blood to the lungs. During inhalation, partial pressure of oxygen PO2 is 105 mm of mercury, while deoxygenated flowing to the pulmonary capillary is only 40 mm of mercury. As a result of difference in this, that is 105 minus 40, this much pressure of mercury, pressure difference कितना हो गया 5, 4, 10, 65 mm, 65 mm oxygen diffuses from the alveolus into the deoxygenated blood of the pulmonary capillaries. Oxygen जो अंदर जाना मांगता है into the blood capillaries. Instead of going to blood capillary, it will go to the deoxygenated blood of the pulmonary capillaries. Okay. So that loss is there because of the pressure, which is difference on the pressure between the oxygenated blood and the deoxygenated blood. Okay. And partial because it becomes 105, oxygen combines with the hemoglobin and form oxyhemoglobin. What is hemoglobin? Usha, what is hemoglobin? Hemoglobin is the red contents of the RBC in the blood. Hemoglobin is the red contents of the RBC in the blood. Okay. What is the hemoglobin level for a woman? How much it should be?
Till 14.
12. 12.
Mm.
And something below 9 or 10, it is anemic.
Anemic.
Okay. For men, it is 13 to 14. 14. If immunity power is very high, it will be 15, 16 also. Okay. Thus, the oxygen and the carbon dioxide are exchanged across the thin wall of the alveolus and the blood capillaries. Exhalation. Breathing out process and exhalation is a passive process, and since there is no muscular contraction in it. Expiration begins when the internal intercostal muscles relax. The ribs move downwards and the diaphragm ascends. क्या होएगा? Intercostal muscles, that is the muscles which are situated between the chest ribs, intercostal muscles, relax and the ribs move downwards and the diaphragm ascends. The diameter of the thorax is decreased and thus the lungs are pressed. The pressure in the lungs at this moment is greater than the atmospheric pressure. The stretched lungs tend to recoil and assume the original size. The air is thus forced out of the lungs during the expiration or inhalation. Thus, both inhalation and exhalation together constitute the act of respiration. The rate of respiration in a normal healthy person is 60 to 20 per minute. That rate of breathing. Yesterday I told you how to calculate the rate of breathing. Huh? उषा काल दाखवलं होतं ना ध्यान मुद्रा लेके you have to just observe your breath, passive observer of the breath in dhyana mudra or prana mudra. I think Snail was not there yesterday. I told this. So direct
Yes, sir, we
calculate
missed
for
it.
100 breath किती होता है तर एका मिनिटाला किती होता है. Okay, for 100 breath it takes how much time. Okay, now in all pranayama inference on the process of inhalation and exhalation. In all pranayama, to have deeper relaxation and the flow of the oxygen blood to different organs of the body, the exhalation should be slower than the inhalation, and the preferred standard parameters is exhalation should be twice that of inhalation. That is the standard methodological parameters for pranayama, so that the exhalation should be twice always that of inhalation. Okay, exhalation should be twice that of inhalation. Now we come to the medical part. Tidal volume. The volume of the air inhaled and exhaled is 500 ml. That's space and volume. Only 350 ml reaches the alveolus out of 500 ml, and the balance does not reach the alveolus. Inspiratory reserve volume is the tidal volume TV into the rate of breathing, that is 500 into 14 rate of breathing, that is equal to 7,000 ml. If we take a deep breath, we can inhale about 2,500 ml more, which is IRV, is inspiratory reserve volume. So 7,000 plus 2,500. Okay, 7,000 ml and plus 2,500 ml. This is just for information. Nobody is going, but how much air we inhale, how much air we exhale. Huh? Okay, that everything you should have a knowledge about it. Expiratory reserve volume, ERV. The extra volume of the air inhaled can be expelled out by 1,000 ml is equal to ERV. ERV is expiratory reserve volume and IRV is inspiratory reserve volume, IRV. So IRV is what? Tidal volume into the rate of breathing. And in IRV plus 2,500. So 7,000 plus 2,500. Okay. And tidal volume is always 500 ml. Tidal volume is always 500 ml. And out of 500 ml, when we inhale, only 350 ml reaches the alveolus. Okay. That also how much percentage of the alveolus? किती alveolus है each lungs मध्ये? Snare, how much alveolus is there each lungs?
Sir, I think some lakhs or something like that. Few lakhs.
In millions. In millions.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
It is not, even medical persons also don't agree with that, but they say it is 30 millions. Okay, in each lungs. In a healthy person, how much percentage it works? 30% to 40% only, 40 to 50%. Continuous practice of over the years of pranayama and asanas and pranayama will rise up to the level of 60% to 70%. Okay. Huh? In an asthmatic or CPOD, chronic pulmonary obstructive disease or bronchitis, the rate of breathing goes down drastically, and not rate of breathing, the alveoli functioning goes down drastically to 10% or 7% or 8%. And slowly with the medicines and all, incubator and all, it has to increase the level slowly, depending upon the atmospheric pressure outside. Okay, depending upon the atmospheric pressure outside. Any difficulty in this? Snell, Pravina? Then we come to the residual volume. Even after the expiratory reserve is exhaled, some amount of air still remains filled in the air passage, which is about 1200 ml. Okay. Sum total of tidal volume 500 ml plus IRV 2500 ml is equal to 3000 ml. IRV we have seen. Okay. Inspiratory capacity is inspiratory capacity. Sum total of TV 500 in plus IRV 2500 ml is equal to 3000 ml. Expiratory reserve capacity is equal to sum total of TV, that's 500 ml plus ERV. ERV is 1000 ml ERV. So sum total of tidal volume plus ERV is equal to 1500 ml. And sum total of vital capacity, that is inspiratory reserve plus expiratory reserve is equal to 3000 plus 1500 ml. Here it is. IRV 1500 ml is equal to 4000 to 4500 ml. Okay, vital capacity. So always the capacity of the lungs is there to the extent of 4500 to 5000 ml. How much we are utilizing? Hardly 50%. Hardly 50%. 2500 ml when we take a deep breath. This process of inhalation and exhalation goes out throughout the day. Because how many times we inhale? Normal inhalation. Pravina, normal inhalation exhalation कितना होता है दिन में?
21,600.
600.
21,600. That is calculated by the rate of in 1 minute 15 breaths. Okay. Calculate multiplied by 60 multiplied by 24. Okay. Accordingly, you will get the 21,600. Any difficulty up to here? Then we go to the composition of the inhaled, inspired, and expired air. Okay. These are all additional inputs I have put. It is not there in the syllabus, but it's a very, very fundamental thing you are supposed to know. Nitrogen 79%, inhaled air, exhaled air is 79%, oxygen 20%, exhaled air is 16%. Inhaled, this exhalation contains part of the original volume of air which is already there in the lungs. Already there in the lungs. 16. Carbon dioxide कितना आता है? Only 0.04%. But how much is exhaled? 4.04%. This 4% is taken from this oxygen which is there, or 4.04% can be on the residual volume in the air or in the lungs. Okay, so 4.04, and miscellaneous is inert gases and other gases, magnesium, titanium, sodium mineral gases there which are there in the atmosphere, that is fully exhaled out. So if we do the analysis of the air which is inhaled through various instruments and this much, we will get this volume of the air within the normal places. प्रेजेंट ऐसा होएगा क्या प्रवीणा? प्रेजेंट ऐसा होएगा क्या बॉम्बे का एटमॉस्फेयर, दिल्ली का एटमॉस्फेयर में ऐसा होएगा क्या?
No.
Why? Because more of
Pollution.
dioxide is there, more of carbon monoxide is there because of the construction activity, because of the vehicular traffics. That's why I say to perform any meditation or perform any yoga, Brahma Muhurta is the best time. Why Brahma Muhurta is best time? Because
Pure oxygen is available during those timings.
more than that, O3, ozone
Ozone
is
layer.
available. Why? Because the pollution is the least. Pollution is the least in the air. The air is pure. So at that time, the meditation takes place to the maximum extent. Okay. Silence is maintained everywhere. That is the reason we are there. Okay. So this formula you are supposed to nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide. What is the amount of inhaled air? These figures you are supposed to by heart. Okay.
Sir, wo IRV and all that also, tidal volume, that table also we have to remember.
This is just the information. Volume of
Okay.
air. But
Okay,
how
sir.
much you inhale and how much you exhale, inhalation, पूरक and कुंभक, वो कितना होता है, that you are supposed to know. That is,
Okay, sir.
you inhale 500, when you take a deep breathing, it goes to 3000 ml also. 2500, 3000 ml. Okay. When you exhale out 2500, 2000 air, and so like that 1000 air goes back into the lungs. So like that the inspiratory reserve volume is created. Okay. Now rate of breathing and advanced benefits of pranayama in reducing the rate of breathing. Newborn babies, 40 breath per minute. 1 year old, 30 breath per minute. As the age grows, then it comes to 24. That's why the hyperactive or the children are very active and hyperactive. Okay. 6 to 14 years girls, 20 to 22 minutes per. 15 to 20-year girls or 6 to 16 years boys, 18 to 20 minutes. Adults, 16 to 18. Higher that inhalation and exhalation. So, what is the state of the mind? Pravina, what is the state of the mind? 2022 what is the state of mind?
We will be mentally unstable. That is, lot many thoughts will be there. Lesser the breathing, then calmer the mind.
Yes. And in a yogic terminology, what is state? Sattvic, Rajasic, or Tamasic? It will be Rajasic type,
Yes.
more of hyperactive. Okay. It will learn the sattvic state of mind. This you should remember. Rate of breathing is very important. 15 to 16, 16, 17, 18. Okay. Next. Part 2, influence and result on rate of breathing on prolonged practice of pranayama. Normal rate of respiration is slightly higher in women than in men. The rate and depth of the respiration varies with the oxygen demands of the body. They, this increases with the exercise and emotions and decreases during the rest. Due to the wrong actions and habits affect the mind, the breathing rate becomes disturbed and haphazard. Unhealthy person with high BP or diabetes 1 and 2 and other comorbidities, the breathing rate increases and remains at the same level. Okay. This will increase the immunity power and the sadhak will remain healthy and diseaseless with a decreased aging and increased lifespan. Prolonged practice of deep breathing and Ashtakumbha pranayama, the rate of breathing reduces by around 4 to 5 knots over a period of years, provided with mitahaha, vegetable food, proper sleep and duty. Huh? Regular sadhanas of kriyas and asanas and pranayama will stimulate the reduction in rates. Thorough cleansing process, including kapalbhati and other kriyas, as per Atharva Pradipika, will also stimulate. This will increase the immunity power and the sadhak will remain healthy and diseaseless with the decreasing aging and increasing lifespan. Okay. So this completes the process of inhalation and exhalation on the advanced information on the pranayama. So this complete this much. Then we come to the anatomy part, the homeostasis. It is 3.2. Okay. 3.3. What is homeostasis? It is defined as the condition in which the body's internal environment remains relatively constant. That means the immunity power is at the peak. It is able to absorb the external temperature. It is able to withstand the external temperature. 3. All the organs start functioning to the optimum level. Why? Because of the continuous circulation of the oxygenated blood to all the parts of the body. Okay. In this process, proper hydrogen ion concentration, supply of the nutrients, efficient removal of the waste products of metabolism, optimum blood pressure, and appropriate blood sugar level are maintained without notice. Temperature is constant at 370 degrees, 37 degrees centigrade by balancing the heat loss and gain. Cells in the body are unable to carry out the chemical actions properly due to the imbalance of the temperature. Fourth, cells absorb the required nutrients and oxygen from the tissues fluid and gives up toxic waste in return. Blood carries the waste to the organs for excretion. The kidneys, the skin, and the lungs also act as agents. Kidneys for detoxification of the unwanted urine part. Lungs also act for sweat. Sweat also is a toxin which is to be removed from the body. The hydrogen ion concentration or pH of the blood is accurately maintained at 7.4, slightly toward the alkaline side. Body should be always alkaline. That means pH is the potential hydrogen level should always be at 7.4. Alkaline is somewhat lower to that. Acidic is so you should have always have alkaline food. What is limbu? limbu क्या है?
Acidic.
वो एसिडिक है क्या है? अल्कलाइन है.
Acidic. When you take in an empty stomach, it works like an alkaline.
It acts as an alkaline. Okay, correct. Homeostasis is disturbed by any stimuli that creates an imbalance in the internal environment and gives rise to stress. Stress causes imbalance in the mind, which disturbs the body functioning. So the breathing rate gets impaired. Breathing rate gets impaired. Okay. Stress may be produced from increased heat and cold, loud sound, heavy light, lack of oxygen and excursion. Stress may arouse due to pain, emotions, or unpleasant thoughts. The stressors stimulate the hypothalamus and brings about many changes in the body as sympathetic nervous system and the adrenal medulla are stimulated. Okay, stress may produce from increased heat, cold, loud sound, heavy light, lack of oxygen, and excursion. Stress may arise due to pain, emotions, or unpleasant thoughts. Okay, these stressors stimulate the hypothalamus and bring about many changes in the body as the sympathetic nervous system and the adrenal medulla are stimulated. Comments on the sensory organs. Okay. Now, the nervous system must receive and process the information about the world outside in order to react, communicate, and keep the body healthy and safe. Much of this information comes to the sensory organs, eyes, ear, panchatattva, panchendriyas, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. Specialized stem cell tissues within these organs receive raw stimuli and translate them into signals. That is neurotransmitter. Neurotransmitter is there which takes the signals to the brain to analyze, dissipate, and put it into action. Analyze, put it into action. The signals are carried to the brain. Thought process come. You want to implement a thought. You have to put it into action. So that command should be given to the brain to go ahead and do the action. Okay. The nervous never rely the signals to the brain, which interprets them as sight, vision, sound, hearing, smell, olfaction, taste, e-gustation, and touch, tactile perception. Okay. Then we come to the eyes. Why I am taking this? Because with great efforts I have prepared this in my previous classes. So that's why I got an interest in teaching this part of the anatomy also. Okay. The eyes translate the light into the image signals for the brain to process. Blue hai, immediately the signal goes, blue hai. प्रवीणा ने ब्लू पहना है, द सिग्नल गोज टू द ब्रेन. प्रवीणा ने ब्लू है क्या? ब्लू ही है, हाँ ब्लू ही है. द ब्रेन सेज यस ब्लू ही है. ओके, सेम वे रेड कुछ दिख रहा है प्रवीणा का फेस में, रेड इज लिपस्टिक, बट द सिग्नल गोज रेड है, अच्छा लिप्स में लगा है, दैट इज रेड ओनली. यस, so that signal interpretation of this one is okay. Pravina, don't feel bad, just give an example, Pravina. Now, optic nerves. So this is the position of this one. Iris, this is the inside part. Pupil is this part. Cornea is the black part. Cornea. You can see the outer part. Sclera is this outer lining of this much. Retina is the lens which are there already after birth. These take the signal to the optic nerves to the brain. Okay, the brain analyzes and interprets it as a sight. Okay, color, vision, picture. If you see very closely in the sky, you can see through the telescope, or you can see the 7 colors, which otherwise from the naked eye you cannot see so much. Same way with each and everything. Car can different types of car, different colors of the car, different engines, inside parts and all. Car ka inside parts. All the signals go to the brain, and brain interprets it and does it accordingly. Okay. The cornea, the functioning of each and every part of the transparent to allow the light to enter the eye and curve it to direct it to the pupil behind it. Pupil. This is the cornea, again the pupil. Pupil is actually an opening in the colored disc of this iris. The iris dilates are constant, adjusting how much light passes through the pupil and onto the lens. The curved lens then focuses the image into the retina, the eye's interior layer. The retina is a delicate, again, retina, इधर आएंगे, retina. Retina is a delicate membrane of the nervous tissue containing the photoreceptor cells, which the optic nerve carries into the brain. These cells, rods, and cones translate the light into the nervous signals. The optic nerve, which is there, that you know, it carries the signal from the receptor to the brain, carries the signal from the eyes to the brain, which interprets it to form the visual image. Okay. In a human being, which is a matter where the brain cannot interpret, and brain always have a question whether this is correct or this is wrong. कौन सा टाइप ऑफ सोसाइटी में कौन सा है? स्नेल.
Pardon, sir?
which is that society में persons, gents or ladies or children, which the brain interprets and not able to get a clear answer on it.
सर समझा नहीं क्वेश्चन.
Question है समझा.
Which is the category of the society in gents and male or children, boys and girls, which the brain is not able to interpret and analyze and come to a solution.
Is it transgender you are saying, sir?
Transgender is one. Then second, normal male and female. Twins. Twins में एक द्विधा होती है ना, अरे ये रश्मि है कि ये रहीना है, एग्जाम्पल बोलता है राम और रहीम, ये राम है क्या रहीम है, ये रहीम है क्या रहीम. You are brain not able to analyze it because both look similar.
हाँ, right.
ट्रांसजेंडर में एटलीस्ट मालूम पड़ता है, उसका आवाज में से मालूम पड़ता है, फेशियल एक्सप्रेशन से मालूम पड़ता है. ओके, अभी वो लोग को सेपरेट स्टेटस देना मांगता है ट्रांसजेंडर को. Okay. Next come the ear. Okay. Ear uses the bone and the fluid to transform the sound waves into signals. Which are the parts of this much? Music, laughter, car honks, all reach the ears as sound waves in the air. The sound waves beat against the tympanic membrane, creating mechanical vibrations in the brain. The tympanic membrane transfers this vibration to three small bones known as auditory ossicles, found in the air-filled cavity in the middle ear. Here this one looks like amoeba, huh? Olfactory nose, found in the air-filled cavity of the middle ear. These bones, the malleus, incus, and the stapes, carry the vibrations and knock against the opening into the inner ear. The inner ear consists of fluid called fluid-filled canals, including the spinal-shaped cochlea. As the ossicles found the way, specialized air cells in the cochlea detect the pressure variation in the sound. They activate nervous receptors, sending signals to the cochlear nerve towards the brain, which interprets the signals as sound. You know the incident in Bombay during the 1993 blast और 2016 का जो इंसिडेंट हुआ था, many had lost their ear because of the explosion of the RDX. If you are from Yoga Niketan or old sir, क्या उसका नाम है? He lost his ear sight. He was traveling from Goregaon to Matunga for the other classes. Ashtekar, you might have heard about him. He might have taught you Ashtekar.
Yes, sir. Yes. Heard his name.
In the first class compartment in 2007 or 2008, he lost his ear sight when the bomb blast was there. It planted in the first class compartment. So he lost his ear sight, and thereby his health is not coming to the instrument. And age भी हो गया. So they activate the sending the signals to the cochlear nerve toward the brain, which interpret the signals as the sound. Okay. अभी का यंगर जनरेशन जो रखता है, प्लीज टेल योर चिल्ड्रन नॉट टू पुट दैट कॉर्ड इन द ईयर. ब्लूटूथ में से आवाज आता है, आवाज में से ये आता है, blah blah blah. They will have various things for explanation for satisfying the mummy and father to justify their correction that they are putting the ear is perfectly right. So busy मम्मी पूछो मत, ऑफिस में तो सांस लेने का भी टाइम नहीं मिलेगा, हाँ. So that is the reason behind it. Anything children you have seen, mobile, TV, losing the eyesight also becomes very weak. They have to wear the specs at a very young age. It's very pathetic modern lifestyle. Okay. Now, specialized in the skin. Now we come to the skin, dermis and epidermis. Epidermis is the inner layer, dermis is the outer layer. Okay. Then we have the cells inside the system, the skin. Okay. Free nerve ending, touch receptors. These are okay. And this the inside part is known as hypodermis. The outer part is known as epidermis. You are getting this point? See this inner layer. The light orange color is hypodermis. Okay. Now, functioning of the skin. Skin consists of main three. The outer is the epidermis. Outer part is the epidermis. Middle part is dermis. Here it is. Dermis will be the middle part. And hypodermis in the lower part. Hypodermis in the inner part. Specialized receptor cells within this layer detect a tactical sensation and relay the signal through peripheral nerves toward the brain. स्किन का फंक्शनिंग ज्यादा करके कभी मालूम पड़ता है एनी हीट और कोल्ड और एनी रैश, एनी इचिंग सेंसेशन, एनी बाइट given by any insects. रात का मॉस्किटो immediately it catches up. Okay, which is the disease which leads to the mosquito bite? Ravina, mosquito bite से क्या होता है ज्यादा?
So malaria, dengue.
Yeah, malaria and
Kinds of
Dengue,
diseases.
malaria.
and what are the symptoms of malaria and dengue? Shivering,
High fever,
high
shivering.
fever, shivering in the night.
Shivering.
Joint ache.
Yeah, okay. So always try to use this good night, especially in the winter season. The mosquitoes are more. Never use this Odomos and all this. Your skin reaction may react with the skin. Better not to use it. Now, these come to different parts of the skin. The presence and location of different types of receptor make the certain body part more sensitive. Fingertips, nipples, the sole of the feet, both of the receptors detect a touch, vibrations, touch, pressure, and vibrations. Other touch receptors include patchin corpuscles, which also register pressure and vibrations, and the free ending of the specialized nerves that feel pain, itch, and tickle. Smell, that is nose ka function. Chemicals in the air stimulate the signals in the and the brain interprets as smells. One of the main sensory organs of the smelling this much. The sense of smell is called olfaction. It starts with the specialized nerve receptor located in the hair like cilia in the epithelium at the top of the nasal cavity. The epithelium situated at the top of the nasal cavity. These are the hairs which are there. What the function of the air in the nose? Function of the air,
Filtering the
Filtration of the
dust.
filtering the
filtering
air.
air.
And
Warming and uh,
warm air,
moisturing also.
moisturing
Like
also. And
blood vesicles are there na, in the nose. They warm the air and
Warming
carbon
and
dioxide has been expelled out, and the volume of the
filter.
air is inhaled. Okay, which consists of oxygen and carbon dioxide. That we have seen, the percentage we have seen 79%, 4.04%, etc. etc. Okay. Then contain neuron cells, bodies that transmit information along the cranial nerve, which are the extensions of the olfactory bulbs. They send the signal down the olfactory nerves toward the olfactory area of the cerebral cortex. Tongue and taste buds. This is the tongue which is there, human tongue. Okay. The inner part of the tongue is known as papilla. The taste buds are situated below the tongue. Okay. And which is a cell? This is a cell which is there. That's the cell. It is the taste buds which create the taste of the particular food which you take. Okay. Either sweet or sour. See, the brain takes up the brain. अभी छाछ आ गया तो ब्रेन को मालूम पड़ता है छाछ स्वीट नहीं होएगा, छाछ खट्टा ही होएगा. टी है, टी नमकीन नहीं रहेगा, टी स्वीट ही रहेगा. The brain is already registered with that matter. मिल्क है, नमकीन मिल्क नहीं रहेगा, स्वीट ही रहेगा. Okay. And more attraction is toward the sweet rather than tikka or a. Why? Because right from the childhood, the child is developed accordingly as the age grows with the sweetness of sweet. अब the festival सब आता है जब ये sweet भी बहुत खाता है, so the taste buds develop the taste buds. So whenever they see the chocolate or biscuit and they get attracted and they want it immediately. Child is having a stress, Ravina. Child is having a stress as per the yogic concept.
Pardon, sir?
Child is having a stress. A 2 year child,
N-
3 year child is having a stress.
no, sir.
No, sir.
Usha, what do you say?
Yes, sir.
Stress.
Exam study.
I told you the stress level. Okay.
2 years old, no? You said.
Uh,
Mm.
right
No,
from
no,
the
not.
birth till the death,
Ah,
stress is there at each and every aspect of the body, each and every aspect of the mind. अट्ठी रहता है उसको मांगता ही है वो दुनिया खड़ा करके वो ले गई सब बच्चे लोग को साइड में करके वो बच्चा ले गई उसको लड़का जो मांगता है जो भी दैट इज उसका ये तो दैट इज स्ट्रेस लेवल इफ इट डजंट गेट मदर से झगड़ा करके ले गई उसको जो किचन में से मांगता है वो चॉकलेट छुपा के रखा है तो चॉकलेट ले गई आइसक्रीम लेगा तो आइसक्रीम ले गई तो टेस्ट बड्स आर डेवलप और उसका वो मांगता ही है नहीं तो वो बोले नीचे जाके लेके आओ गर्मी का सीजन होगा एक्स्ट्रा फीलिंग हॉट तो इल से बाबा हमको ये आइसक्रीम मांगता ही है ओके stress level goes on varying as the age grows from adult when you take marriage then further when the age grow old the stress level goes on varying बच्चे लोग का ये हो गया शादी हो गया तो stress level goes on varying okay so this is the way the life goes on okay so taste buds, these chemicals are to stimulate specialized respiratory cells, which are here gastric cells. Okay, inside the taste buds, activating the nervous receptors for the taste buds. The taste buds are important. The receptors send a signal to the fibers of the facial, glossopharyngeal, and vagus nerves. Those nerves carry the signal to the medulla oblongata, which is situated at the back of the brain, back of the spine, above, above cervical
Brain.
part, above cervical part. Medulla oblongata is situated above the cervical part. So this is the stage, this is the medulla oblongata. Okay. These nerves carry the signal to the medulla oblongata, which relays them to the thalamus and cerebral cortex of the brain and interprets it at the as per the taste of this. Okay. Abhi effects of Shat Karma on the respiratory, circulatory, and musculoskeletal system. Shat karmas are very, very important and practical, madam. Please, everybody, I'm telling you, Shat karmas are very, very, very important. Kiranda Samhita and this also on the practical level. But a general definition of all this you are supposed to know all this. Okay. We're taking the theory part. Shat karmas are purification techniques as per Atharva Padika. It becomes a prerequisite for asanas and pranayama. Satkarma removes any imbalance in Tridosha, Vata Pitta Kapha. It reduces the excess body fat, mucus blocking inside the respiratory tract should be removed. Gas in the stomach and intestines are eliminated. If the Tridoshas are balanced, there is no need to practice the Shatkarmas. All diseases arising out of the excess wind, bile, and mucus are eliminated in the body through the practice of Basti. Basti is one of the Shakriyas. By practicing Jalabasti, the appetite increases, the body glows, excess doshas are destroyed, and the dhatu senses and the mind are purified. The five sheets are interlinked. Whatever happens on the one affects the other. When Annamaya and Pranamaya koshas are cleansed, there are no blockages between them and Manomaya kosha. Outer layer is Annamaya kosha. Inner layer is Pranamaya kosha. Then comes the third layer, Manomaya kosha. Then Vijnanamaya kosha and then Anandamaya kosha on the intelligence. Okay. The first four koshas are the extensions of Anandamaya. Whenever there are blockages between any of the koshas, communications and integrations are hindrances. Okay. Again I repeat, Shatkarmas का benefits क्या है? All the diseases arising out of the excess wind and this one. Then the 5 sheets, Panchakoshas. First 4 koshas are extension of the Anandamaya kosha. First 4 koshas. When there are blockages between there and Panchakosha में remember करो, outer body is Annamaya kosha which is cross level and Anandamaya kosha at the bliss level is subtle. As you move inside and inside, the subtler part takes place. Okay, means it's very minute and this one, minute. Okay, any difficulty till now? 6. Annamaya and Pranamaya are gross manifestation, while Manomaya Vidyaya are subtle Pranayama. Pranayama is all the link between the gross and subtle, and Manomaya is a bridge to the higher mind, that is Vindhanamaya and Anandamaya Kosha. Manomaya Kosha is the bridge between Vindhanamaya Kosha and Anandamaya Kosha, and between Annamaya Kosha and Pranamaya Kosha. So it acts as an intermediary to carry the specification from the or the physiological aspect. It carries from the receptor from the brain to the body level. Annamaya Kosha is at the body level. See, a comparative stage, they may ask you, depending upon the examiner in the Viva. Okay, then they tell you on the comparative stage. Okay, after your practice Satkarma, you are establishing integration of your whole being, physically, emotionally, mentally, physically, and cosmically. Thereby, the nadis gets purified, thereby yielding better results in pranayama and further movements into antaranga yoga. Antaranga yoga. Okay. Thereby, the nadis get purified, detoxified, thereby yielding better results in asanas and pranayama and further movement into antaranga yoga. I think this is repeated. Yeah. Effect of the asanas on the different systems. Final topsy-turvy postures allows gravity to act as a stretching force and the muscles are passively stretched. Brain receives sufficient quantity of blood which refreshes the whole central nervous system. In the asanas related to supine posture, the muscles are stretched against some resistance from the joints and tendons. This increases the muscles tension, thereby increasing the muscles tone. In the standing posture, the static stretching of the spinal column increases the blood circulation around the spine that tone up its muscles. Back muscles, the muscles which are lying at the clavicular level, the muscles which are lying at the near the lumbar spine. Okay, the trunk movement are also slow and therefore each vertebra is moved gradually and freely in a natural range of movement. The nutrition is improved due to the increased circulation around. Okay. Effect of the asana on different systems. Joints and the toxic waste products are also removed effectively. This prevents the stiffening of the joints and increases their mobility, improved due to the increased circulation around the joints, and the toxic waste products are also removed effectively. This prevents the stiffening of the joints and increases their mobility. Fourth, influence in the abdominal cavity. On attaining the postures in the asana, in most of the cases, the abdominal region is influenced. The pressure in the abdominal cavity changes, which is reflected on the visceral organ like stomach, colon, urinary bladder. In the normal breathing on the asana, there is an effect of the pranayama वापस क्यों हुआ? हाँ, then when stretch very get relaxed and circulation improves. This type of yogic relaxation aims at release of tension, working at a level of consciousness, trying to this relaxation with the total relaxation to the nervous system. Okay. Effects of the pranayama on different systems. I'll try to complete all this. Will it do? You have got little time, no? Pravina, huh?
Sir.
You have got little time now, all of you. That's one
Sir,
that
ये बहुत सर बहुत बड़ा लग रहा है ये.
और
10
Can
more
we-
slides.
Lengthy topic है ना sir.
टॉपिक लेंथी है.
मंडे को कर सकते हैं क्या सर कंप्लीट?
Continue on Monday. No problem.
यस सर, यस सर,
हाँ?
यस दैट विल बी गुड सर. तो थोड़ा अच्छे से हम लोग भी कंट्रीब्यूट कर पाएंगे. वी विल आल्सो डू
I'll share
लिटिल
this
वर्क ऑन
PPT
दिस.
today only. I'll share the recording and share the PPT also. You can also
Thank
go read it. Keep your book aside. Okay?
यस सर.
And you can ask me the questions also. If I know, I'll tell definitely I'll be able to respond. Mostly I'll be able to respond only. Okay?
यस सर.